Okay, back at it again finally. It's been a busy week and I've had a lot to do. I've had a few problems and so on and so forth. But I'm going to get out and back into this today. I should be able to get a fair bit of this knocked out today, I think. I've just assembled that back together now. See, that's the bush that I made for it the other day, so I'll get rid of that bearing. What I've done, that's the dimmer. Now I've got to drill and tap a couple of holes just at the front there. That's the rubber I'm using. I've glued a couple of pieces. That's that rubber gym mat. Got from Bunnings. I'm going to cut that right down. It's going to be sort of, you know, like not a whole lot bigger than that. And I'm going to cut the centre out so it fits on that. And what I'm going to do is to use a piece of thin steel. I'm going to drill, that's the back of it. I'm going to drill 2 holes in here and make it so that, like, it's flexible, so it twists. And I'm going to make it so that that wheel on that, with that dimmer, just sits with a little bit of pressure on it, so when you turn that, you'll dim the lamp, if that makes any sense to you. Right, I've made some progress. This is what I've got. Now that I've cut that, I put a big bolt through it and forced it in, held it in the lathe, and I could cut that off in the lathe. So, and that fits on there nicely. I'll probably just get a little bit more push on that, but that'll be fine. And I'm just going to super glue it. So, you know, I mean, might not even need to do that. That'll give it a safety factor, so if someone forces it, that'll come off. So I'm thinking I might even leave it. Oh, that holds on quite well. I'm not going to glue it. So you think as you go. So what I'm going to do, and I was looking for something to make the bracket out of. I've got this bit of guttering now, because it's strong enough that you can, well, it's flexible enough so I can make the bracket. Probably cut a piece out of that corner there to make it so that it won't bend too easily, but it's got flex. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what I'm after. That little bit of flex there, so when I bolt it, I'll put 2 holes in the cam, bolt that to the cam, bolt that to the dimmer, once I've cut it down obviously, and just make it like I'm going to put slots in here, so when I bolt it up I can pull that down just a touch, slide in and tighten the switch up, so when I let it go it'll flex up like that, and it'll just hold it enough pressure, because that turns really easy. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll fiddle with that for a little while, and then we'll come back and have another look at it. Okay, I didn't film a whole lot because I just got that stuck into it. I didn't even think about it, but that's what the lamp's going to look like from the front. And this here, when you turn the lamp on, I don't know if you can see, there we go. See that? Turn that, that'll operate. The dimmer's inside there. That bracket's going to be black. I've got to take it off and sandblast it, and I'm going to powder coat it and probably trim a little bit more off. I have trimmed that down considerably, but it doesn't look too bad on the back there, but that's the back. That's the back that's going to be sitting up against the wall. So even from an angle, I mean, all that wiring will be tucked up, and it'll be, you know, shrunk wrap and down the back here out of the road. So that wiring, you won't see any of that. But let me swap hands so I can use my right hand. It's a bit dark. Hang on, let me. Oh, it's not too bad. It's just the screen. But, and I'm going to probably adjust that so that's not quite. Sorry, that's not quite sprung back as far as that. But see, and that wheel is not glued on, nor is the dimmer glued in. I'm going to glue that in, but I'm not going to glue that on, because that way, you know, see, it goes so far and then it stops. You can't overdo it, you can't break it. The only other way of rectifying that is putting stoppers, like drilling holes in here with bits sticking out and drill a hole in the gear, put a stopper in it. But I think that works perfectly like that. Because it only goes so far and then it stops. You can't, so that you can't force it. I mean that's not squared up either. The switch is not squared up, so it's going to look a little bit tidier than that. That'll be, see, that's needs to be twisted or come around a little bit. I've got to undo those and straighten it up a little bit, and just back the screws off underneath so that sits back, so just enough to touch. And I'll probably just paint the top of that button black. So that's come up quite nice. That'll do the job. Exactly what Amit was after, is to be able to, once you turn on, the switch will be here, down here somewhere, turn on, and if you wish you can just turn that dial to dim it. So that's come along nice. So I think once I get back into it properly, and I'm hoping to do that starting Monday. The other one, see, this one's nearly done. Once I've wired it and glued the stem in for the shade, all I've got to do is strip it and clean it and clear coat it. The other one, the stuff's still sitting in the friggin' oven that I powder coated, and I can get started on that. That won't take long either once I get going. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have these finished by the end of next week. Tuesday I'm going down to Newcastle, down to Qatar, to get 2 more diff centers and another gear set for a lamp. I'll be able to do the other desk lamp with the gear set. I want something similar to the bottom of that, but for a desk, and they've got something down there for me to utilise. I'm just having trouble getting another gearbox because I've got to make another one of these, minus the dimmer, I'm assuming, I'm hoping, because that's a lot of fucking work in that dimmer. So yeah, I think it's going to look good. That is, I'm liking it. The more I work on it, the more I like it. And Amit's pretty happy with it. I'm going to do a short video on my phone, just so I can send it to him on Messenger so he can have a look. And I want to take a photo to use for the thumbnail for YouTube. So this video probably won't be very long at all. But it is what it is, you know. I got a bit done today. Got done what I wanted to anyway. I wanted to get that dimmer finished today, and it's done. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Peace. Okay, another day. What I'm going to do today, I can't do much on this lamp because before I wire it in, I want to pull this all apart, clean it, get the oil off it, because I want to do all that before I glue that in. It needs to be glued in, and then I've got to wire it up. But today I'm going to mess with this one because I'm going to take that clock out of there, of course, and drill a hole through the top to mount the lamp, and I might pull it apart and powder coat it. We'll assemble it on that piston, obviously, and then powder coat it all. And then I can glue the top in that one later when it's powder coated. And I might modify that air filter, start doing the air filter to fit on the top of the lamp. So might knock that over today. This one will be finished this week, I'll guarantee it. I just got to, as I said, got to strip it and clean it, and I want to, as I said yesterday, take that off and adjust that in a little bit, or out a little bit, so that it sits flat with the pressure up against that oil. So you can see how it moves when I touch it. There's not a lot of pressure on And to me, that makes it kind of child-proof, because you know, if kids get hold of it and decide to do that, it's not going to fuck it. But when you turn it the other way, as if you see, it'll still turn the dimmer. So, and I'm going to paint. I'm going to hit that with, I know it's already black, but I'm going to hit that with some black paint and on the top there. So yeah, so this one I'm going to leave, because like I said, I've got to get some stuff to clean it, which I don't have at the present. I've got my degreasing tank out the side there, but it's crap, you know, it's crappy shit. I want to do something that I can strip it and clean it on the bench and then blow it off, because I've got to get, once it's all finished, I have some clear coat. I'll be able to clear coat it, and it'll be just about done. I'll go and stick it in the man cave while I finish this one. Tomorrow I'm going down to pick up the diff setters and the gear set for one of the other lamps. So, and I've still got to order an air filter for the other lamp. And I've got to start doing the floor lamp. Well, I've got the cam for that. The cam's sitting on the chair for the other floor lamp off this one. I still haven't got a gear set for it. I've got to try and get up to Tamworth. There's a place up there that does gearbox overhauls that said I can go through his scrap bin. So I'm hoping there's something up there that I can utilise, unless the guys down at All 4x4 come up with another gear set for me. So let me just fuck around here for a second and I'll put you in the stand and bring you back. There we go. It's drilled enough. You can see I've left a step there, so when I glue that in, that'll sit in there, and it's got glue clearance, so that'll sit nice in there like that. And can you see that? Yep. And clearance in there. What I'll do when I take this out, I'll probably just grind or drill just the side of that hole, so when the cord comes through, it's not sitting up against a sharp corner in here. So then that'll be almost ready to powder coat. So I've just got to make a back for it. Usually I had plastic back for it, but I'm going to do something different this time. I'm going to use some of the aluminium and machine something that sits in there and stays there. So I need to do something so the cord can come out the back. Either that, or what I'm thinking is I might do that, might drill a hole through here so the cord can come down and come out underneath. I think that's what I'm going to do. So as you do these things, you redesign as you go. So I'm just going to do it like that. Drill my pilot hole first. I don't know if you can see that. Now you can. That's all, it's got to come out anyway, so. That's right, the fucking cord goes through anyway, so. Alrighty, let me get this thing together and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I've been out, cleaned it, I've sandblasted it. I'll zoom back out. Salt sandblasted, ready to go. I've sorted me powder coater. I put the new colour in. Cleaned the place up a little bit. Got the other stuff out of the oven. The oven's almost up to temperature. I think it is up to temperature. Got the other stuff out that's sitting there. I've still got to, while I've got the green, I've got to get the bolts for here, and I'm going to try and, if I have to, I'll just get a little bit of sheet metal and just drill holes to put the bolts in, so I can powder coat them the same green colour. I probably should have done that first, but public holiday, nothing's open. I'll get them to tomorrow while I'm out. But just let me get this air sorted, and I'll put you in the stand, and we'll have a bit of fun. That's it. No. Let's do it this way, eh? Give that about 15. I don't know if you can see that in there. Probably not from the reflection. Oh yeah, you can just see it. Give that about 15. This should be right. And then it'll be the same as the other one. I'll just turn the oven off and let it cool down in the oven for the rest of the day before I pull it out. So there we go. I'll bring you back soon. I don't know if you can see that. It looks nice and shiny. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. It's only been sort of, I don't know, maybe 5. But that's coming up nice and shiny. So I'll give that a little bit longer, and then I'll turn the oven off. That's coming up good. Okay, turn the oven off to cool down. That's nice and shiny. So we'll leave that sit in there now to cool off for a while. Just half latch that. But have a look at this. This is how I've jury rigged the lamp. I mean, it looks fucking rough, but I mean, that's only to hook it up roughly until I can finish the wiring off. Let's turn the lamp on, shall we? Let's adjust the dimmer. That actually works. Let me just put it under. Hey, look at that. Who said I wasn't an electrician, huh? So there we go, damn it. Well, I mean, it looks going to look a whole lot better. Had that fucking plastic on there too, so yeah, there we go. I might start doing a bit more. Actually, now that I've got all that sorted, I'm going to take the lampshade off and glue the base in. Glue that in ready. Yeah, glue that in ready, and we're ready to start cleaning. So I can actually finish wiring it, which I might do. No, I won't, because I've got to get some heat shrink. So I can tidy all those wires up, heat shrink it, cover it all. And I'll probably have to adjust the lengths of them so that I can get it to sit nicely at the back here. I don't want to touch too much because, I mean, they are connectors, they're proper connectors, but they're still live. So a little bit to sort out there, but I think this is almost done, almost. I've just got to adjust that a little bit and powder coat it or paint it, one or the other. Clean that off and then powder coat that, powder coat it, dickhead. Clear coat it and that'll be right. So I'm starting to make a good bit of progress. I've got a little bit to get tomorrow while I'm out, and by the end of the week, as I stated before, I'll have this thing finished. Both of them. And again, as I said, you can't overdo it. Yeah, I like that. Love it when a plan comes together. So I don't know if I'm going to do a whole lot more today. It's fucking hot and it's a public holiday. So I've got done what I wanted to do. I don't want to do that yet. Like I said, I've got to get the shrink wrap for that. I've got some, but I've only got blue. I want black shrink wrap to cover that up, so it'll all nice and tidy, and run the wire down. It's long enough, it reaches the floor. So Wednesday, starting Wednesday, I think I'll get this thing finished first and foremost, because that won't take long. And then this one won't take long either. Like I said, all I've got to do is the air filter. That doesn't take much. So yeah, I think I'll easily have both these done before the end of the week. So there we go. So I think we'll call it quits, eh? So I'll get inside and get all this footage off and edit it and get it up. We're going to start doing more in 4K as well, because this is a good camera, although it says it's, I don't know if it'll do 4K, but I can save in 4K. I tested it on my GoPro footage I did of the ride yesterday, and it takes a lot longer to save, it takes a lot longer to upload, and then a lot longer for YouTube to process it, but it does look really good. So I've got to start managing all my drive space, because I've got 2 external drives, 3 terabytes, and it's over half full of videos. So just the videos, I transferred videos off one external drive to the other last night of the videos that with Amit's build, the 3 pieces, and that was 311 gigabytes. So that's a lot of space. But yeah, no, I'm really happy now. It's made my day. So I will see you. I might even do a video. I'm thinking I might do a video tomorrow of the trip down to Qatar and pick up all this stuff. So I might do that with the GoPro and with this camera. And just a trip, just to do another video of a trip down to collect supplies. So thanks for hanging out again. And as usual, stay safe. Peace.